Okay, so I'm here on this video right now to tell you that on James Tripp TV and on Reality Shaper, which is just starting up as a website on its own at the moment, things are going to be changing. They're going to be going deeper, in fact. I'm going to be changing specifically how I am teaching people, how I am helping people, how I'm serving people in upping their own power to shape their realities and steer the unfolding of their lives, so to speak. Now, so far with the Reality Shaper material, the self-change material, every time I've gone to teach this, I'll put my hand up and say I've made a mistake. What I've tried to do is I've tried to teach a complete system through a set of ideas about self-change, effective ways to become a reality shaper, to step into that position of power to shape and steer your own life. I've kept on trying to do this thing which is kind of impossible. Now, let me explain why it's impossible. There are, in ancient Greek, there were two words for knowledge, gnosis and Eidein, I believe. I've got the pronunciations right here, gnosis and Eidein. They both mean to know. They are both words that mean know. But Eidein and gnosis are quite different types of knowing. Eidein is a kind of knowledge where you might say, I know Athens is in Greece, or I know that David Cameron is the current Prime Minister of the UK. Okay, that's a kind of knowledge, kind of an intellectual knowledge, if you like, and it's quite dry. But there's another kind of way that we use the word know. That's Eidein, by the way. There's another way that we use the word know in the English language, which is when I say, oh, I know Bob, or oh, I know playing the guitar. I know that piece of music. Whatever it is, you know something because of your personal experience of it. And of course, when you know a person, you can know a person superficially or you can know a person deeply, and particularly that deep personal knowledge. This is what the term gnosis refers to. Now, there's a reason this is relevant. I'm not just going off on some kind of tour of ancient Greece or something, and the language of the times. The reason this is relevant is because much of the material that I'm trying to turn into Eidein, that kind of knowledge, that kind of abstract intellectual knowledge, isn't of that type. It's more of the type of gnosis. You see, because I have gnosis of self-change, I've been engaged in self-transformation deeply and self-transformational practices for over 21 years. I have engaged in formal transformative practice. Now, what struck me recently is whilst I have done this, what I've been largely teaching is information. It's useful, it's great stuff. Now, there's a bias there for me. I've done so much transformative practice that when somebody gives me a piece of information, I instantly pull it into an internal process. But the reason I do that is because I have a whole bunch of stuff in place that I've built through practice. And it's come to my attention recently that some of the people, maybe even many of the people that I'm teaching, that I'm sharing information with via videos and this kind of thing, are not in the position yet of being able to take that information and put it through internal processes. They haven't engaged in transformative practices that will develop the right kind of skills and use of consciousness. So this is how things are changing. I'm going to carry on sharing ideas. I'm going to carry on sharing transformative philosophy. I'm going to carry on sharing hints and tips and techniques, but I'm also going to start sharing detailed practices. Detailed practices that are going to develop your faculties, your mind, your consciousness, all of these things, so as you can become highly skilled at inside-out transformation, as well as influencing through your communication and this kind of thing. So I'm going to start incorporating more prescribed practices. Now, be clear about this. If you're interested in transforming your life in some ways, be clear about this. Information and transformation are different things. time spent, time that you carve out to spend with, in a relaxed, focused way, genuine transformative practice is the only way you're going to transform yourself and you're going to transform your life. Ideas alone will not do it. Eidein, intellectual knowledge, will not do it. You need to develop gnosis, a deep personal insight and understanding into yourself, into the world, how the world works, all of these things. There's only one way to do this: through deep, rich practice.